Hey, here we are, Thursday night. It's August 20th, day 20 of the NHL playoffs, reboot, the bubble, whatever you have it. I'm Brian Sklover. This is Hockey Now Network, watching together. Appreciate you being out there watching with us tonight. It's game number 5. Caps and Islanders tonight. The Caps still trying to fight off elimination yet again at the hands of the New York Islanders. Kind of a weird day today after months and months and months, weeks and weeks and, days and days and days of hockey at noon all day and all night, and now we've got only 2 games today. We've got this one, Islanders Caps. And then later tonight, Dallas-Calgary, with Dallas having the chance to send the Calgary Flames home. That's 10:30 tonight. We'll track that one if this game is still going. And since this is, it's the playoffs. We've seen a 5 overtime game. So we might have a full second game in the time that this game ends. Time will tell. We will see. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Hockey Now Net is the handle. Twitch.tv/Hockey Now Network.
Hit that subscribe button and smash that like button and do that.
Thank you, Andrew, for the help. Definitely check out the Twitch if you can. Guys, nice to see you. Sam, still riding high on that Habs win last night. Feeling good. Looking forward to the next one tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Actually, no, I think it's 7 o'clock tomorrow night. They're going an hour earlier in Toronto. Yeah, Philly-Montreal tomorrow night is set 7 p.m. That's game 6. Habs looking to claw their way back in. Super dirty hit on Calgary. That was just a really scrappy game. It just got ugly real fast. Right off the opening faceoff, Brendan Gallagher going in and getting right to the net, and then a little bit of a cross-check, just playing like a pest. Sean Avery was all into it. He was posting on social media last night about it. But nonetheless, real scrappy game last night, and back and forth. I mean, it was an exciting game, too. 5-3, lots of goals. Carter Hart was pulled. No, he's not. Stay in, dude. That was a disallowed goal. That doesn't count. You stay in the net. And he did, and it cost the Flyers. But nonetheless, we'll talk about that tomorrow night. Right now, we're talking about the Islanders in Washington, as I wrote in the description for the video tonight. Did the Islanders poke the bear at the end of the first period in that last game with Casey Cizikas and Ovi coming together? Ovi giving the headlock after, a physical play before that. And then Ovi went into Ovi mode and got 2 goals and helped his team win. And he had the energy that the team probably, they needed it. They've been looking for it this series thus far. The Islanders with 4-2 and 5-2 wins. 4-2, 5-2, and then 2-1 in overtime. That Matt Barzal goal with all the patience. And then on Tuesday night, the 3-2 win. So the Islanders have made pretty handy work of the Caps. I mean, I know Ron, who joins us, and I can't wait for him to come on. I hope he can come on tonight in good sentiments. I'm not saying I want the Caps to win. I am saying I'm wearing a red shirt tonight, whereas the other night I was wearing the blue and orange shirt. Felt like I needed some cosmic balance there. I don't want anybody thinking one way or the other, so I'm wearing a red shirt tonight just to balance wearing the blue and orange the other night, that rust orange or whatever. So I would like to see more of these games. I would like to see this series extend. So we'll see what happens here once the puck drops. Cal Clutterbuck won't be in the lineup tonight for the Islanders. Looking at that on the scratch sheet, do I see Derek Brassard also sitting down? Wow, that's a change. Couple changes. What else we got? Let's see. I'm trying to find names that Ross Johnston is in. Michael Dalcole. I'm not seeing anything else that's really shocking as far as changes, but yeah, Clutterbuck is not playing tonight, so we'll take a look at that. That line of Cizikas and Clutterbuck and Matt Martin has been so important, so important for the Islanders. not just in this playoff, but really for the last couple of years, right? Lots of good depth there. Jamie and my wife having a conversation in the chat. Very nice. Happy birthday once again, Jamie. Looking forward to, let's see. Walt only got to listen to the Canucks come back. Tyler Mott. How about Tyler Mott? Whoa, that play last night on Pietrangelo without the stick. Just knowing the right moment to make the shift, and Pietrangelo was trying to make the kick, and they're showing that play up on they're showing that play on TV now. That's Zizekias and Ovechkin sequence from last game. But yeah, man, very excited for your Canucks tomorrow. And it looks like tomorrow night it will be, let me just confirm via my own phone that tomorrow night, yeah, that's your next game, is tomorrow night, game 6, and that'd be huge to put the defending champions away. That'll be a good one. Flyers, Canadians, and then Blues, Canucks tomorrow night. So if the two teams that are in the lead of their series is tonight win, if the Islanders and the Dallas Stars win tonight, we will have no games on Saturday night, and we'll only have whatever we need to clean up as far as the Canucks and Blues on Sunday. So we're winding down, getting ready for the next round of the playoffs. Excited to see what's in store for us there. Waiting for face-off of this game here. Backstrom will start tonight with the third-line unit. Gotta wonder. See what kind of effect he has in the game tonight. Because that's one of those things where the Islanders had a chance to seize the moment and put the Caps away before they could get a player like Nick Backstrom back. And now Backstrom's back, and now we'll see what happens. That's one of those players where we were talking the other day, like with Stamkos. Some players come back and they won't throw a wrench. I don't think Backstrom coming back is going to throw a wrench in anything. That's going to be huge. He's back all right. There you go. Little Backstreet Boys action. So I had to pull my Facebook up, see if any of the guys want to come on with me at some point today. Kind of dragging ass again today. It's just the lazy days of it's like our own mid-season lull, right? We've been at it now for 20 days. I think my internet's working better. Aaron, please let me know if there's any dropouts. I reset everything today. I even paid my bill. And I was going to call and negotiate and bitch at him and say I need a cheaper bill, but I just figured I have no time to argue right now. I just need my internet to work. So I paid the bill. Hopefully Spectrum doesn't suck tonight. So far, so good. Like I said, I reset everything, so I should be in good shape. We'll see what happens. If you missed it, Brendan Gallagher needs surgery on the broken jaw that he sustained last night. He'll be out for the rest of the series versus the Flyers. That's a big loss for the Habs. He had so much energy for them last night and was playing that role that he plays so well. Good thing for them. They got another guy on the club that can play that role as well. We just need to see if Max Domi is going to come out and show some shades of his dad, maybe not the extent of his dad, but kind of play that pest role and get himself involved, because he's really cooled off, right? Like when he came out and it was in Arizona, there was a lot of buzz. He played, got a lot of highlight goals and just looked really good. And then he's just kind of cooled off since then and over the course of a couple of years. So this might be an opportunity for a guy like Max Domi to put a stamp on himself and his team and put something out there on ice that we've been missing from him, that he had when we first saw him. And now he hasn't really had those characteristics. The Habs are going to need that because they're going to be without Brendan Gallagher for the rest of this series, at least. Is this it? Oh, here we go. We're getting ready to go. Getting ready to go. Let me see one more time if I can get my freaking printer. You know what it is? I got so much crap on my printer. That's probably what the problem is. Let me give a Control P here and try one more time. The good news is I know most of this lineup already, and I have another lineup card that I can just go off of. There aren't many changes. Yep, here it is right here. All right. Well, here we are. Tuesday night. And the puck is dropped on Game 5. The Islanders lead this series 3-1. If they win, Caps go home. No word on whether or not that charter has been already booked. Aaron, you might have that information. Are we looking at a Delta charter on the tarmac in Toronto yet, or are we waiting on that? You let me know. Got our first icing of the game. It's got to happen early. We'll get you timed up, and then we'll get ourselves connected here. See who's hopping about a boot. All right, here we go. I got 19, 32, 31, 29, and they're showing the Islanders forwards now. So that's about that. Should the Islanders win tonight, everybody will have been wrong with their prediction. I will have been closest. I picked Islanders in 6. So the only other one who could still possibly nail this is Bill, who picked Caps in 7, which is the only option the Caps have right now because they can't lose no more. 19:02 here on the clock. I'll let you know when the puck is dropped back down. And it looks like Aaron has confirmed the next flight home is, wow, and it's here in Orlando, parked on the tarmac down here. All right. I'll bet one of the teams used it to fly down here for the NBA bubble. It's probably only a limited number of those planes, and they just, I don't know, you would probably know better than me, Aaron. Any insight, any info, that'd be pretty interesting to know. I got 1852, 51, 1850, 49, 48, 7, 6, 1845 on the clock. We're synced up. We're watching together. Islanders and Caps. Anders Lee taking some hits here early, but the Caps look to come out the other way, and here comes Ovi into the zone. Tries to carry it in. Doesn't look like Ovi has quite gotten himself started up there. Some sloppy play in their own zone for the Caps. I'm sorry, in the Islanders zone. I'll get it. I just woke up from my pregame nap just about 40 minutes ago, so still getting myself charged back up. Let's see. VIP config. So its flight was from Memphis, to and from Memphis on Sunday. I think the Grizzlies did. Whoa, did the printer just... Ghost printer just printed my lineup out of nowhere. All right. I'll send you guys the link here. Copy. And there's that. All right, and let me copy this. I get that over to Sil. And Chase, just let me know. Thank you. Chase, just let me know where you want me to send that link. I forget if I'm emailing it or putting it on the sending it in a message. It is Ross Johnston. He's playing his first playoff game tonight. They just flashed that on the screen. He's in the lineup tonight in for Monsieur Clutterbuck. Mr. Clutterbuck. My wife's been waiting for me to break out the European accent for Cal Clutterbuck. And now that he's not playing, it's the perfect time to use it. Pop that back over there. I've got my lineup card, and I'm ready to roll. I got 17, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. I'll count you up to 17 on the dot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 17 minutes on the clock here, first period. Ooh, Pulak in. Lots of patience, takes a shot right into legs, but Uncle Leo has it, and he shuffles it down into the corner again. John Carlson grabs it. And the Caps will look to come the other way, dump it into the Islander zone, and they'll make a change. Pellick's got it, and he pushes it up. Caps intercept. Verona tries to have a shot. Nothing. Pulak is able to move it along the boards. Caps look like they're starting to spark up here. Definitely spending more time right now in the Islander zone. Oshie has it back in his own, though. They're looking to turn it around. Another dangerous ass pass right in front of the net. Why do they do that? I spent the majority of the day today looking at the weather maps because if you're in Florida, you know that if there's any chance even of any kind of storm hitting, there are weeks and weeks of coverage. Like as soon as there's a storm in the ocean and it could have a number or a name, mostly just a number, that's the first step. It's on. I mean, they're tracking that thing the whole way through. Nothing on the news about it right now. Nothing. Oh, big shot. And it goes wide. Eberle's able to keep it in the zone, though. There's Anders Lee. He keeps it cycled down. Barzal's on the puck now. Islanders starting to have a little life of their own. Barzal steps up, takes a shot into guys, but it hit. Oh! Is that Pellick down low? TD 13 for now, but it'll be Laura before long, I believe, Aaron. And then the way 13 and 14 are positioned, they might both be in the Gulf at the same time. It's 2020. Anything can happen. Remember when anything could happen was like the most prosperous and optimistic and like exciting kind of a phrase? Now when you say anything can happen, you're terrified of the possibilities. Yeah, Laura and Marco, those are the both of them. Let me added my hold on a second. All right, I'll send it over to you, Chase, in the commercial if you don't mind when we get our next break. I got 14:10 on the clock. There's Ross Johnston on the puck right now. He'll get it out of the zone. His first playoff game. Big Ross with the dump out. Very nice. I'm going to be like that obnoxious parent where you celebrate every little thing your kid does on the ice. Ooh, that was a great lineup for a face-off. You did so great there. There are parents like that. Caps take it into the Islanders zone once again. Looking to cycle. Islanders are able to steal the puck and go the other way. Uncle Leo, with an outlet pass that Devin Tays is about to take, but couldn't quite get his stick on it. Devon Tays, sorry. Devon. Fast pace back and forth here. I thought for sure we'd see a muddy game. I think early it's going to be a little loose, but as the game goes on, the Caps will probably try to tighten it up. Of course, if the Islanders can get a goal here, then that'll set Washington on their back foot, but it didn't stop them last game. The Islanders were up. Orlov keeps it in. He throws a puck towards the net. It deflects wide. Not seeing a whole lot of hitting right now, Walt, right? Just seeing a lot of back and forth. Not kind of loose, very loose right now. Oh, Oshie with a beautiful pass. And that puck will go up and out of play off the stick of Jacob Vrana, and we've got our timeout. First TV timeout, and it's no score here. 12:39 in the first period. Let me send the link over to Mr. David. Come over here and then do this, and then go to this. Because everyone is wondering, I ate some Chick-fil-A nuggets from last night before the show tonight. And trying to think of what else I had. Our dinner schedule is totally off because of this. I mean, it's all on me. It's all on me. But haven't really had any super solid meals lately or super solid dinners. I won't lie. Like, as much as I want to see the Caps win tonight, please don't tell anybody I said this. As much as I want to see the Caps win tonight, I really would love if both teams that have the advantage will win tonight so we can have our Saturday. I could really use a full day to sit on the couch and do nothing. I'm not sure, Sam, if Kotkaniemi is going to play in the next game. I need to look that up. I need to see how hurt he was. Let's check Twitter. Twitter is often the best way to find out exactly what you do or don't want to know. So KOTK. Oh, there he is, Kokaniemi. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Oh, just people arguing about the hit, whether it should have been a penalty. Blah, 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 blah. I need to find that out. If any of you guys have any insight to that, would love to give Sam an answer on whether or not we'll see. And I want to know too if Kokaniemi will be in for tomorrow night for the Habs. But right now, I know there's more important things on the table, right, Darren? We're more worried about this game than tomorrow night's game.
It's a big game tonight.
I know it, man. What do you think so far?
Well, the Islanders playing pretty tight. I like, I like their attack in the offensive zone.
Yeah, they're seeming to not just sit around. Oh, broken stick off the faceoff. Oh, Varley gloves it. Where are you at with your clock?
Oh, yeah. Let's sync up.
I'm 12:36 right now.
Tell me when the puck drops.
Got it. 12:36, and they're showing Ovi. He's drinking out of the bottle, and slow start there. Oh, you pushed Brock Nelson out. All right, and puck's down. 35, 4,
Hold it.
3, 2,
All right.
1, 12:30.
For extra luck, we got the Matthew Barzell jersey on.
Nice.
Turn around. Turn around.
Barzy.
I have Matthew. I have number 13 on my back and on my elbow.
I see it. Let's go Islanders, right?
That'll bring us some good luck today.
Got to break out all the stops. I don't know why Clutterbuck's not playing. Did anyone see why he's not playing? I gotta look that up too.
I thought they said he was good to go for today.
I thought I saw that too, but he is not out there. Michael Del Cole's out there, and Ross Johnson. What happened to Clutterbuck?
Oh, so they did make some lineup changes.
Yeah. Yes.
So we have Del Cole and Johnson is in.
Yes.
Still no Boychuk.
Wasn't a match penalty, which carried automatic suspension, just a game misconduct. Yeah, Department of Player Services haven't said anything about Kokaniemi, but yeah, Sam. I think of course as things went on and then Niskanen hit last night on Varley there. Oh, again kicks it away. Caps are swirling. They get it out. Wow, that was tight right there. Some close quarters.
Man, I thought Clutter was playing. The last thing I read was that he was playing tonight. That's a big loss, man. But I like the addition of Johnson. He's a big kid and he plays tough.
His first playoff game tonight.
Yeah, he's a Matt Martin clone.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
So he got in a couple fights through the year, did he not?
Oh yeah, he
okay.
He a couple of them too.
Really? Yeah, I end up watching more Islander games than I realized in retrospect. I mean,
I'm surprised they still got Boychuk sitting though. I mean, unless he's just not totally healthy yet, and they're saving him for the second round.
I mean, that might. Oh! Cizikas tried to put it down, and they got him for a hand pass, but he just kind of put it down in his own stick. That's a brutal call. I don't know about that, Wes. Was that Wes McCauley that made that call? Or was it Frederick?
When you're talking to him, it's not the right guy.
Wow.
Jersey is a guy named John Tavares, of which we will never speak his name in this house ever again. And because he plays now for a different team and he betrayed us. He became a bad guy. So Daddy doesn't wear that jersey anymore. I know.
What? How did he turn into a bad guy?
He went
how did he get him to be a bad guy?
That's a great question. He went to go play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That's the bad team?
That's the bad team. And they smell like garbage.
Oh, jeez. Where's Jeff?
And that's how he turned him into a bad guy.
Right.
Because now he's stinky.
He's stinky, right.
And you should probably explain that he also is not playing hockey right now, that his team is not very good.
It's a great point.
Daddy?
Yes, sir.
Great point.
You don't need to hear my conversation with my 5-year-old. I can mute my mic.
No, I'm loving this. Are you kidding me? Daddy, why did John Tavares become a bad guy? Well, it's interesting you ask that.
He raped 100 goats.
Oh, come on. Now we're gone too far.
Holden, Holden, there's a professional broadcast going on, okay? Have a little respect.
Hey, are you
Holden, there's 3 people watching. Have a little respect.
There's a couple more than 3, not many more, but there's a couple more. One of them is me. I think one of them is Elise. So we've got our pads and we've got our padded views in the house. There are definitely people. I know Aaron's watching. He had his California tortilla dinner tonight. I really want Mexican food. I miss Mexican food right now. I'm so hungry and I'm tired of Taco Bell. I want to eat some good. You know what the worst thing is, dude, is that there's this awesome Mexican restaurant down here and they have several locations and they did this badass dinner buffet on Friday and Saturday nights. No more buffets. Never again, maybe. Fat guy nightmare. No more buffets.
Yeah. I don't see myself ever walking in. I mean, I never did anyway to begin with, but I mean, yeah. That's a genre of food that is long gone now.
Buffet.
Even the salad bar at Whole Foods, man.
Oh yeah, man. I can't. It's funny. I wanted to go. There's a store here. I don't know if you have them in Texas called Bulk Nation.
Mm-mm.
And you hold on. Actually, gotta mention it. Only because we have to see if the Islanders can break the snide because they're 1 for 19. This series.
It's power play. Holden, power play.
There we go. And the puck's down. Beauvillier has it, top of the circle.
Power play.
Don't have 5 players?
Yep, we have 5. They have 4.
I can't wait.
Oh. Got it.
Yeah! Yeah! All right! Yeah! Power play!
I guess there's my answer. Will the Islanders be able to break through and go 2 for 20 on the power play in this series?
Wow.
And there is now a 1-0 Islander lead. And any of the guys that are Caps are definitely leaving because I just cheered for the Islanders goal. But I'm pressured by you to do that. So
who's that in the who's there in the front of the net by the crease? 44. Who is that?
it was Beauvillier, and then 44 is JG Pajot.
Oh,
Paj,
right.
Trade deadline, man. Big pickup for them.
Holden, that was a power play goal.
Petey wants to know your dog's ASL, if you don't mind.
That. It doesn't happen often. This is Maisie.
And her ASL, age, sex, location. Come on, this is 1990s AOL speak here from Petey.
So
age,
she's
age,
like
sex, location.
So 2 female.
Fort Worth.
What was it? AS what?
You don't remember when we were growing up AOL? Like you meet someone in a chat room and you ask them ASL, age, sex, location.
I haven't. No, I was only on AOL chat once, and I went on a blind date with like a hairy midget, but she didn't look like a hairy midget on the picture, and that was the last time I was on AOL chat.
Did you get catfished?
That was before catfish was a name.
You were an original catfish. I would love to eat fajitas at a restaurant. I would love to eat fajitas at a restaurant. I would use anything to eat some fajitas right now at a restaurant.
Ooh, fajitas sound good.
That was our last meal before we went into lockdown. We went to a Mexican restaurant. Uh-oh. So it looks the Islanders will be now on the penalty kill. Caps will have a power play. What happened here? Was it too many men? Oh, yeah. He's
getting off right there.
That's tight. That's a tight call. It's clear that the league doesn't want the Islanders in the tournament, right? We can start on that right now. it's clear that the league would rather have Ovi.
You know, Barry rarely argues with the refs, so you know if he's arguing with the ref,
Yep,
he's got an issue with the call.
And Aaron, as our resident referee, he also agrees that the call was not the most appropriate call. But he is
a big kill right here.
Huge kill. Watch out for Ovi in his office. We all know that shot's coming. 9:01 here in the first period.
Yeah, this is a big one right here, buddy. They're on the penalty kill now. The other team has 5 players, and we have 4.
But none of your players are John Tavares, so it's okay.
Score, right?
Well, we have to keep the puck out of that zone right there. We got to get it past that blue line.
You got to get one of those Bud Light goal lights, so when the Islanders score, it goes off, even if you're not watching the game.
That'd be dope.
Jeff Ning has one of those.
I can't believe you scored. Why did I
Oh, Ovi tried to.
Good block.
Uncle Leo right there. He knows what to do.
That's a Charlie horse for tomorrow.
Uncle Leo, just go stand in front of Ovi. You don't want him to do anything else? No, just stand in front of Ovi. 8:15 and the clock is stopped. 1:14 left here in the power play.
You just can walk.
Leo took it right in the side of the knee. But he didn't win.
And I can run.
Wow. You still have your Tavares jersey. Is that what you said? You still own it?
It's, I mean, it's buried in a box somewhere.
Yeah?
I think I said to myself one day, like, okay, maybe I can get the stitching taken out and have the name replaced, but I don't think you can.
I don't think you can either.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I want him to die, but maybe he'll die young and it'll be like a collector's item.
Jesus. This is Hockey Now. We're watching together. I see you in there still. Hang on one second. I'll bring you on in the next TV timeout. In the meantime, Caps are trying to work something around.
Great D. Great D.
Yeah.
Great clear.
Holtby goes back to get it and tries to move it back up the ice. And there's Nick Backstrom. Love to see Anders Lee and Nick Backstrom fight. Let's not bring any of the other emotion in. How about the two of you fight? Like ECHL style, staged fight. Talk about it in the box. Go out to center ice, put your gloves and your helmet down, and let's just see you fight.
Mm-hmm.
Those are great fights. That will not happen. I know it's not, Aaron. But I would love it if it did. That will not happen. 7:40 here in the first period. Mayfield's back.
I mean, the great fight ever in hockey, I think, was not even the players. It was the Santa Claus fight. Was it Islanders?
Oh, you almost got it.
I think it was Islanders Pittsburgh, wasn't it?
On Christmas?
Yeah, remember the Santa Claus fight? Hold on.
Varley.
What a great save.
Yeah, pad down, and he's able to stop it. The power play will expire, and Barzal comes out of the box. Can they get him on an outlet pass?
Oh, go.
Oh, he didn't get
How is that not interference?
He didn't let him out of the interference on the box attendant for not letting him out sooner. I'll tell you what, though, it is you think that that something like that is very simple as far as opening the penalty box door, but we got a stoppage here. It's not an icing, so that should be a television timeout.
So look up the Santa Claus fight. I want to say it was Isles Pittsburgh, and then so the Coliseum. I'm almost positive the Islanders let the fans come on the ice, all dressed as Santa Clauses, and skate around the ice before the game. And when one of the guys took off his Santa coat, and it was a Rangers jersey.
It was, yeah.
And then all the Islanders fans started piling up and started beating him. I'm pretty sure that was the situation. I could have the teams mixed up, but I'm pretty positive it was a Rangers jersey.
Oh my God, it was.
Right?
I had no idea about this.
Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever, dude.
All right, so at the next when we go to TV timeout here, I'm gonna try to get one of the videos to load, or I'll at least watch it and read through, and then still I'll bring you on to it. Oh, Cap's bag. Oh, Oh, and
Oh my Lord.
I almost said Yaro's out of place. I keep thinking that it's Halak, but it's not. It's Semyon Varlamov.
You know, it's pretty interesting. 14 minutes gone, only 4 and 3 shots on goal.
Ooh, I know, very low shooting.
Okay.
Yes.
But still some good play nonetheless.
In fact, we had a great penalty kill.
Yeah. Great penalty kill. Whoa, big hit there. The delayed penalty come in and a TV timeout while the boys get to know each other.
Who's the penalty on?
I don't know, but it looks like it looks like, I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out who that penalty is on.
Oh, that's tripping right there. It's on the Caps.
Yep. All right. So when we get back on when the game returns, we'll have an Islanders power play. But let me see here. Sil, how are you, man?
Good.
What shirt are you wearing?
It's actually, you know what? It's Sam's last minor hockey team.
What's it called? What's it called?
It's the Dragons.
Ah, it looks like the Calgary Flames third jersey from a couple years ago with the horse head blowing the fire.
Yeah.
Wow. Darren, did you ever play organized hockey like when you were a kid? No.
I'm not. I'm Jewish. I'm not athletic.
But you're from Long Island. That's what you do up there.
We played street hockey, street basketball, baseball, two-hand touch, football.
I just was curious if what your first youth hockey team nickname was. Mine was the McKay Mavericks. We played at McKay Park in Englewood, New Jersey.
We were the Bulls, Midtown Bulls.
Nice. Still, the Niagara Ice Dogs is Petey's other favorite team.
Nice.
And hey, Sam's in the room too. Look at that.
You're so tired. That's
All right. So here's the article from ESPN dated December 24th, 2003.
Yep.
A seemingly harmless Christmas promotion arranged by the New York Islanders turned ugly, and it's all because of the team's fierce rivalry with the New York Rangers. And the Rangers were nowhere near when the trouble broke out. The promotion invited fans to dress up as Santa Claus for Tuesday night's game against the Flyers and be admitted to Nassau Coliseum for free. What's more, they were permitted to parade across the ice during period. About 1,000 Santa Clauses showed up, and as promised, they were invited on the ice after the first period. It turned out not to be such a good idea, as the Santas. Oh, hold on.
To be continued, Bull.
Yeah, I'll pick that back up. I'll even.
Are you able to show the video through your stream?
I will try. I'm so nervous about putting any like third party video on here. But
Yeah.
I think I tried to run one from Sportsnet, and I think it was because it was Sportsnet and it had their logo on there, and they were able to read
Because
it.
the video is brilliant, dude.
Is it? I'll try to find it. Do you remember this, Sil? Have you ever heard of this?
I did, but I don't remember it like clearly.
The Rangers fan was so boisterous. I mean, he was so proud when he took that coat off, and then just the Islanders fans just pounded him.
I would have loved it. Well, I'm gonna see it.
All right, set it up. Set it up.
In here, yep. Oh, from the perspective on TV, that looked like it was going top corner, but the puck's out. I got 4:45, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4:40 left on the clock in the first period. Islanders with a 1-0 lead. They scored a power play goal already, so they've got to be feeling confident in their abilities, I guess.
Easy.
Trying to get it back in and set up, but the Caps are able to smother and take the puck back. It goes all the way back down. Well, so much. At least you got one power play goal. That's good for another. I mean,
my dog gets really horny watching hockey, by the way.
Really? Does she? Is that why she's jumping all over you? She's looking for loving, or?
Oh, that's a good entry right there. Come on, Eads. Come on. Eads is due for a goal, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
great save.
Oh.
There. Great kick out.
All right, power play's over, bud.
Yeah, I know. It's rats. 5 shots on goal for the Islanders to 3 for the Caps this period. That's insane. Oh, Lars Eller with a chance in front. Wow. Still, are you close on time with us?
I'm 3:29.
Okay, cool. So you're right there with us. Just a second or two behind.
Oh my lord!
See, now I'm getting Petey all worked up. Petey said, "Hey, girl," to your pup over there.
Petey's a boy.
Petey is a boy. No, Petey's 8 years old though. He just turned 8, so I think his bound chicken days. And he's never been known to be like a leg humper or anything like that.
Would that be considered
Careful.
illegal?
But Dad, see above question about maybe being related. What did you say above? Oh, Petey wants to know if he could get your pup since the same last name he used to have.
Oh, amazing.
Did she knock the broadcast off there? Looks like it.
There we go. I'm back on. Well, we have another dog in the house. He's an old man. He's sleeping, but there's
Really?
no attraction there. They're pure enemies.
Are they? That's why I'm coming. We want to get another dog, but we need a bigger. I don't know if we need a bigger place. We have a big enough place, but we don't have a yard, and I don't know. I am afraid that PD is going to not take kindly to having another dog here.
Yeah,
I guess.
Surprised with the shots on goal. I mean, I thought it would be like all out attack. Just every time you have the puck, you shoot it at net.
Yep.
And that hasn't been the case yet.
Kind of a relaxing night tonight, Sil. Not a whole lot of excitement over here, you can tell.
Well, you know what? We're trying. I mean, you know what? It's one team plays to survive, and the other one plays to actually go to the next round. Let's see what's the killer instinct.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, they're both. I mean, they're both teams playing very, very conservative.
It is very conservative. I mean, it's the best word for it. Is that your phone? I'm getting a return on. Oh, yeah, it's better now. Whatever that was. Was the pup messing around with the phone over there?
I don't know. She's going freaking crazy.
2:05 left here in the first period. I'm surprised that Brassard's not in the lineup tonight either. I thought he's been playing pretty well, especially. Well, he's been on the power play, so maybe that's part of why he's not in there anymore.
That makes sense that they put in DeCole and Johnston. I was going to say, who's the other player they swapped out?
Yep, it's Brassard. Yep. Brassard and Clutterbuck both out. Keep forgetting Andrew Ladd's on this team. Obviously he's not playing. He's not in.
I know. He's had a rough couple of years, man.
Yeah.
It's a disappointing Islanders career.
1:30 left here.
But we got a lot of kids in the system, man, that we're excited for.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. How do you feel about the goalie? About Sorokin?
We're excited about him. And you know, the reason they brought Varley in, you know, they're from the same country, and you know, they feel like there's going to be like a mentor-mentee system set up for them.
Ooh, mentor-mentee. Mental. You're right, Don. By this point, last game, the Islanders had 2 goals. Both teams were kind of swirling, and right around now is when Ovi and Cizikas started having their little tussle. But you got to imagine someone on the Cap side is going to have to do something to wake the team up, because right now, big save, and it looks like Varley is in the zone, so he could steal this game. They've got to figure something out.
So you got to press the cough button. That's a little inside radio joke.
There's a button. Did you know that still on the desk, like in a radio studio, there's a button for cough, so you can press it and then, you know, you cough and it just doesn't seem like or you curse or do any of the other things like what me and Darren used to do. And me and Darren actually, dude, I was going to tell you this the other day, but we just passed the 16th anniversary of our Hurricane Charlie broadcast.
16 years. Wow.
16 years. Still, me and Chase both before he was a married man with a dog and the kids and the wife and the whole thing, and living in Texas, he was down here with me. We were both single, in our 20s, working at a rock station, kind of living a very carefree life. And Hurricane Charlie was coming, and our boss, Pat Lynch, at the time, he's like, "Listen, all these guys got homes. I just don't want to say everybody's name, but all these guys got homes, and they got to look after their kids, their families, and everything. How do you feel about coming in tonight and just running the radio station while the storm comes through?" I was like, yeah, sure. That's fine. Even if we do lose power, we've got the backups and we'll be fine. It'll be exciting to, broadcast through a hurricane, getting all the alerts and everything.
Yeah. We had air conditioning. We had the fridge.
Yep. Totally. And we had M&Ms and Entenmann's cakes and tuna and turkey sandwiches. We had all kinds of, we just stocked up and bought a bunch of food. And then Pat was like, "All right, cool. Chase will be up there with you." So the two of you guys just, run the show tonight. So
and we started at
7.
We started at 7.
We went 7 to 7.
No, we went later than 7, I thought.
No, we either went 7 to 6 or 7 to 7, but I think we went 7 to 7
because we went 12 hours.
Yes,
but we were there. We were there earlier. We were there at like 4 or 5.
Yeah, we were probably there around 5:30 or so, because it was after the office closed, and then we were in there, and we lost power a couple times. But when the power came back on at like 2 a.m, we started taking phone calls from people who were sitting
County, baby.
bored. And of course, like I said, we were both in our 20s and single. So, any girls that were calling in, we were keeping on the line as long as.
Was that when we went to the lobby and we heard the glass breaking?
Yeah, we went down to the lobby and then went down to the bank drive-through on the building that the studio's in had a bank drive-through. So we went downstairs and, dude, that was a sick hurricane. Sick hurricane.
Yeah, on the air for 12 hours straight. You have to be creative and come up with content. And around that 1 a.m., 2 a.m. time frame is when you start getting a little loopy and you start getting a little bit more free with your words. And
if I'm not mistaken, I ran the first 6 and you ran the second 6. And as soon as we switched spots, and we lost power in the middle for a while. Yeah. But as soon as we switched spots, I think I was literally laying on the floor. Yeah. I had the microphone pointed down at me like this. I was laying on the floor.
Yeah. And when we lost power, we were still doing our music and our breaks because we never knew when it was going to go back on. And I remember thinking that we were off air, and then one of our PDs, he says to me the next day, like, "Hey, that break you did about
be careful,
Sublime, the song Wrong Way." Off air, but it wound up being on air.
Oh my God, I remember that.
And I said a little bit of a dirty joke, but it's 2 a.m. and
it was 2 a.m. in the middle of a national disaster, and the whole area is looking to us to broadcast factual information, and here we are telling the worst jokes we could possibly be telling.
Hey, happy National Radio Day to you, by the way. You're still at it, man. I give you credit. I left the industry a long, long time ago, and look at you, man, still at it, doing your thing. And
I'm not. I haven't celebrated National Radio Day today. I'm kind of excited that you brought it up just for personal reasons to talk about it and vent about it. But I mean, what it is not what I signed up for. It's not what I wanted to do. That's why I'm loving these live streams, dude. Honestly, this is live. This is more live than any of our radio colleagues. They're not live at all. The skill of being live is gone out of radio.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you're doing a morning show or something like that. But I mean, I'm furloughed right now. I'm technically out of the business right now and still waiting to go back.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got furloughed in April, which is fine. I mean, it had to happen. I was only, doing part-time shifts and things like that. I was doing Orlando. I was doing Jacksonville. Started getting to the point where I was going to do other markets as well. And then the furloughs came out and everybody part-time had to go.
So all part-timers are
just about. Yeah, just about. Wow. Just about. And then it was a 90-day furlough, and then it got extended to 180 days. So we'll see what happens for, I guess it will be October 4th will be the lift, because it was April 4th. Yeah, April 4th. So it was 4-4, 7-4, and then 10-4.
You know, you have
What's
such
gonna
a
happen?
great on-air persona and voice and presentation. You know, you never thought about going satellite, huh? You never thought about making that jump. I know it's a huge risk and it'd be a move, but it
Well,
seems like there's opportunities for a guy like you up there.
I don't know. Maybe there is, but the see, here's the thing for me. Like that radio for a long time. Like radio's never going to die. People say radio's dead, it's going away, blah blah. It's never going to die. It's free medium. It's out there, right? It's in cars. It's out there. But radio is not the only way to get content anymore for free. Everybody has a phone, and technically, if you have a phone, most people, especially now, it's the year 2020. Just about everybody has a device that can carry data, and they're listening to free content on YouTube or our show. This show is on Twitch right now. It's free. You know, there's free ways for you to get content. YouTube, Twitch, even Facebook. It's all free content. So that's where the radio battle is. And that's what, kind of my hang up with radio right now is that still the radio industry is behind the ball on realizing that they're not the only game in town anymore. And the brands are, it's not live and local. I was just thinking about this before. They talk about it being live and local, and it's not live and local.
It's not. They were behind the 8 ball a long time ago, though. I mean, they had an opportunity to jump on the satellite when it first started, and they said, no, it'll never work. It won't be successful. No one's going to pay for content that's, free, and no one's going to want to listen to out-of-market shows. And that's been proven, obviously, completely wrong.
I still pay for Spotify for music, and I will continue to pay for Spotify for music.
Look at all the subscriptions we have. We have a Spotify, a Pandora, a YouTube, Sirius for multiple cars, freaking everything on our TV. It's like people are willing to pay for content if it's good.
Yeah. Who's the guy, Aaron? I think I might know who you're talking about. I have a guy who's a friend who's up there at iHeart. He works DC 101. Might be the same guy we're talking about. He's also a big Flyers fan. You'll have to let me know if that's who you're talking about. Oh, no, not Toby. Okay. I know Toby Knapp. I know the name, but I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about, I don't know what he calls himself on the air up there. I don't want to say his real name. But he's on DC 101. I'll tell you right now. No, not him. It's,
where are all those former JRR peeps, man? Like Sideshow Dan, Crash. Where is everyone?
I don't know. Sideshow is on. Oh no, it's Josh. Josh, who does. I think he does nights at DC 101 or the nights or just weekends. But that's what I'm talking about, Aaron. Sideshow. I don't know where he went. Crash is in Tampa right now doing a morning show on 98 Rock. Lynch and Taco are still here. I don't know. Who else?
Dickerman's still over there, right?
Dickerman's still there, yeah. Yep. But it's just a different thing than I signed up for. When I started learning radio, I learned from Mike Harvey, and Mike Harvey has been in the industry for 50 years where, it was truly live, and they were picking the music and they were picking the content and they were doing everything. They were really truly in tune with local everything. And now it's just not like that anymore. So I don't want to like poo poo on anybody's radio parade today. All of our colleagues who are posting about it, but I didn't feel the need to sell it,
Howard, I want you to fire Dickie Davis. I don't want to fire him. You fire him. Howard, DJs are like dogs. Your job is to make them fetch.
Fetch.
Just
so, have you ever seen Private Parts, the Howard Stern movie?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. My pop loved it too. That was another gift my dad gave me was the Howard Stern show. I still love him. Still love him.
I used to listen to him on Sirius XM.
Yep.
Because I pay a subscription as well, right?
Yep.
So for my car, but I haven't listened to the radio in the car for ages due to the fact of COVID.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't work from work anymore. So I don't take my car. So that's kind of
Yeah. Yeah. Same with me. I was listening to him. I was listening to him again a lot on Sirius on the satellite thing, but I haven't been in the car, and he started doing, but same thing with him. He's starting to do a lot more online content on Instagram and the video content. Video is really what the future is, dude. That's what I'm getting out here. Like, all of these colleagues of ours, they are very creative people, and they're very capable people of learning how to express their talents and embrace the new technology. And unfortunately, like, the world has this condition where pride is more important than anything else. And it's like, no, I don't want to change and do anything else. This is what I do. I don't want to do it with a camera in front of my face, or do this or do that. And it's like, well, then you're not keeping up with the times. Ask the guy who worked at the Memorex factory if he's going to keep complaining because he's not making cassettes anymore, or if he's going to figure out a way to make something new, because some things just aren't the way they were, and they need to adapt and move forward.
Well, if you had
look at huge company. Oh, go ahead, Darren.
No, please go for it.
Well, what I was saying is, look at big companies like Kodak, which were back like 20 years ago, were a force to be reckoned with.
Right.
And they decided that digital camera was not the thing to go with. And look at what it is today. They bankrupt, and that's it. I mean, they're completely out of it. They should have jumped on it with Canon and all those other guys back in the days. Maybe they'll still be around today.
Absolutely.
That's actually the example I was going to use, was Kodak.
Really?
But, I give iHeart credit for just one thing, but there was no execution or continuation of it. But you talk about video and the content and just things being a little bit shorter. I've just seen a little video of Laner.
Oh yeah, I see it right now too.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying?
Real quick, while you're getting your thought together, Don just threw up on screen that Matt Niskanen will be suspended for tomorrow night's game. I'd imagine he'll be out for one game for the Flyers after the hit on Brendan Gallagher. So,
I know. So iHeart was creative when it came to advertising and selling, but not on air. So, do you remember when we started selling 1-second commercials?
Yeah, blink spots.
The blinks. Blinks.
Blink
because they recognized that people wanted shorter messaging. Now that's a little extreme, but you do see those 2-3 second ads on YouTube and Facebook that pop up before every video. So they were ahead of their time in that sense, but that was really it.
Yeah. And that was some of it, but it's weird. I'm really kind of caught right now in the conversation, because I'm enjoying having this conversation, and I want to have it. I don't want anybody to take anything I say the wrong way. Luckily, I think I'm pretty blatantly honest with how I feel about things, and I'm taken for what I say to be truthful. But I think that the radio industry in general, and iHeart as a result of it, there's just a couple of things that could have been done to not make things so like seemingly doom filled for the pool of people who are in the radio industry. And if you go on like forums of radio people, it's continued doom and gloom, and we're going to lose, it's going to shut down. It's not going to happen. They're doing this consolidation, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, like, there's been a couple of flubs. And the first one was when, like, way back when podcasting was starting to like rear its head about being a thing. Like, instead of embracing it, it was kind of like, no, we need to beat podcasting. We need to beat podcasting. Podcasting is not important. It's never going to work. There's never going to be a way to make money off of it. It's direct competition to us and what we do. And podcasting is not viable. And now, like 10 years later, they're deciding that podcasting is so important, and it's something they need to jump in on, and something that they need to do. Now, iHeart has like 50 million people who have their app. And it's, I don't know if you're hearing this, Darren, or not. Are you hearing me? Okay.
I'm hearing it. My kid's having a meltdown, so I muted it.
Oh, why? What's going on? No, your kid's much more important and much more.
It's bad time at bedtime. He doesn't want to do bad time at bedtime. You'll learn stuff, kids, one day.
I hope so. I do. You don't have bath and bedtime problems with Sam, do you, still?
No, I mean, you know what? He's a teenager. He doesn't sleep.
He doesn't sleep at all?
Teenagers want to go to bed because teenagers do dirty things.
Come on. That's inappropriate.
But it's true.
But true.
We all were teenagers, right?
Yep. Yeah,
It doesn't show anymore, and we're old teenagers, but yeah.
that's true. I mean, the old man, my pop, he he used to want to have all of the HBO channels. So the way you get all of the HBO channels, you have to get HBO subscription and another pay channel. So we had HBO, and then we had Playboy TV. So at 13 years old, I had a channel and a dad that wasn't home for half of the day.
How old are you, Brian?
Pretty exciting teenage time for me. What's that?
How old are you?
I am 38. I'll be 39 in December.
Okay, so you're. So do you remember when cable boxes were like the black box with the dial in front? And you could take a card from like a deck of cards, slide it in there, mess with the wires, and get the channel in. That was when we had the squiggly lines.
Is that like a scramble vision? That's what Aaron just said.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But if you put like a card in there, you could get that channel, man. Like that's how bad the technology was.
I didn't realize you could like jog the lines and stick a card in there. That's all.
Yeah.
I remember back at the time. I mean, my parents bought a kind of a box, an extra box, a little black box. You would put the cable in, and you would actually just play with frequencies, and at some point would just actually stabilize the image.
Right.
And you would do all the pay-per-views, right?
It was always funny because they'd always talk about how bad stealing cable was, and growing up, it was all the cops that had the cable. But it was great because you go over. I was friends with all the cops' kids, so I went over and watched all the wrestling pay-per-views. It was pretty wild. Let me take a look here at things. I feel like we should get on the hockey topic. Although I do want to finish up, Darren, and say that iHeart right now has like 50 million people that have their app. No interest in putting streaming video on there. So like streaming video is really, and that's another fall behind the 8 ball. That's another chasing your tail. Like by the time you get there, it's already too late. Whereas we have the people that are capable of being able to do these things and do them right and create compelling content, and it's just kind of not needed or not wanted. And I mean, listen, I'm having some frustrations in figuring out how to grow this and grow the show. Luckily it's going good, and I've got you guys that are hopping on with me, and there's plenty of guys and plenty of people that are watching. So, it's getting there, but it's a challenge nonetheless.
I think you should get a Hockey Now tattoo live on the air.
A Hockey Now tattoo? That actually might not be a bad idea.
Live on the air.
You think that would draw people in?
I mean, if the Jackass got a lot of people in, you can do the same, right?
I can take myself to a billboard, right? So
wow, look at that. Look at that stat for Beauvillier.
9 games, 5 goals, 3 assists for him.
Wow.
Tied for third in the playoffs right now.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I still got to finish this story about the Santa Claus game at the Coliseum.
Oh, that was so good.
Still got to get to that. But
face off.
Getting ready here for the second period. Islanders and Capitals. Isles have a 1-0 lead. If they win, the Caps go home. They jump on that charter flight, that Delta charter flight that is basically sitting there waiting for them. Feel the heat, SummerSlam. I'm getting all into wrestling now just because they're doing, not like really, but they're doing all the pay-per-views at Amway Center and all their shows. They built Thunderdome or something like that, which I thought was like a trademarked name or something that somebody else would have owned the rights to, but they're building like a Thunderdome, a big digital and multimedia set in Amway Center for all the wrestling pay-per-views. Pretty.
Wasn't the Thunderdome like Mad Max or something?
I don't know. It might be.
Wasn't that the name of the movie, Mad Max and the Thunderdome?
It very well might be.
I think it is. I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad Max and the Thunderdome.
Yep. All right, so I got 1925, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1920 here. We're watching together, Islanders and Caps, Thursday night.
You know what? I talking like back to Gallagher being suspended.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I read something today that made me laugh. Last time Montreal, well, one of the last times the Montreal Canadian important player was actually injured in a playoff game was Kreider on Price, and Vigneault was behind the bench. Gallagher is getting his face destroyed, and guess who's behind the bench? Vigneault.
Behind the bench. Oh, so
Oh.
now the theory is that he would actually like do it on purpose to get important Montreal Canadian players.
didn't he
being injured.
didn't he coach the Canadians too? Wasn't that the first team he coached?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Does he
Actually, you know what? If I remember correctly.
You saw that Barzal was going for it. Sorry, Sil.
No problem. If I remember correctly, in order, it was Terrien, Julien, and Vigneault that took over. So, yeah, I mean, they all.
And they're all best friends too, aren't they? Did Vigneault play for the Canadians?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. I know that Michel Terrien was a minor leaguer.
Yeah.
And he was on the team that won the Calder Cup in '86.
Okay.
While
you're looking at that, Don sent the verbiage along. Philadelphia Flyers defenseman Matt Niskanen suspended for 1 game for cross-checking Canadians forward Brendan Gallagher during Game 5 of the first-round series in Toronto. The incident occurred at 14:52 of the third period. So, no Niski tomorrow night.
Actually, Vigneault played 2 years for the Blues.
For the Blues?
Yep.
Is that all? That's all the NHL he played?
That's all the NHL he played.
Islanders are cycling here. Oh, big drive. Big drive.
But regardless, you know what? Niskanen being
trip.
Yeah, that's a trip.
Yeah, it looked like his stick just chopped down at him, right? They're going to start calling the game a lot tighter, though. Go ahead, Sil.
You know what? Niskanen being suspended 1 game. Okay. Why not? But, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that Gallagher is gone, right?
He's going to be out for the series.
Well, he fractured jaw, and basically I heard they need to operate it. So it's going to be way longer. He's gone.
So even if they're able to come back, he's still not necessarily going to be there.
Exactly. So
I wonder where he must be having surgery in Toronto, but I'm sure that there's definitely bubble protocol that they have to follow. Like he'll have to go through quarantine and the whole 9.
I broke
pretty
my
much.
toe
I don't know.
I broke my toe in Quebec one time.
Broke your toe in Quebec?
And I had to go to the hospital, and no one spoke English.
Where, in Quebec City or in the in province? Quebec.
I don't know the difference.
Well, there's a province, kind of like Oklahoma. Oklahoma City or Oklahoma the state or the city?
Oh, no. We were in Quebec.
Quebec City.
Yeah, we were in the city of Quebec, yeah.
Okay.
And, no one spoke English. So I remember the doctors trying to get hold of my parents. Back then, international call, and, they're talking French. My mom's like, what's going on? And I guess someone at the hospital figured out they could translate for us. And
no Google Translate at that time?
No Google Translator at that time. But, I was 13 or 14 maybe.
Thank God for Google Translate. So that's the only way.
Quebec was, I want to say that's where we found the adult cinemas.
Jeez.
On the downstairs level, it was like an arcade.
Uh-huh.
And the upstairs level was adult cinema.
How old were you? What year was this?
13 or 14 years old.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What were you doing up there?
Camp trip.
A camp Quebec?
Yeah, well, no. I was in travel camp.
Camp Fissé. Stéphane Fissé.
So
I used to love his mask. He had
Middle class Jews from Long Island would send their kids to summer travel camp to get rid of them for the whole summer, and that's what my parents did with me. And
oh my god!
But that's where I first discovered Molson Triple X, which is a great beer.
Molson Triple X. What's it? Is it just higher potency, or do they still have that? Still, they still make that.
I think they still do.
Yeah.
What's Petey all angry? Petey's all active in there right now. Just a crazy Thursday night. A whole lot of.
I mean, are you trying to make this a family-friendly show? So it's a more like a censored version.
It's hockey, dude. You know, I mean, that's like. Oh! Anders Lee keeps trying to sneak it in there.
Oh my god!
My god!
Right? Oh.
How did he miss that?
Wow. He tried to sneak it in there. No, it's a hockey. I mean, it's hockey. We're watching hockey, so I don't expect it to be family friendly when it's 9:00 at night. But nonetheless, I mean, you know, at this point, nobody has laid claim on what this show is just yet. So there's still a lot of ways it could go. It could be very family friendly. It could be very raunchy and gross.
Well, it doesn't have to be that. I think it could be somewhere in the middle where it could just be raw. It could be just a bunch of guys talking, and watching hockey together. It's
so different right now. Like I really love communicating and talking. I'm sure that I will eventually segue into some kind of more general conversational kind of a
right across the paint.
Wow. Some excitement, though, nonetheless. They're going to have to get another one here, Darren. They're going to have to score another one because the longer they go without a goal.
I know.
You don't want to.
Seeing 2 goals is not enough in this series.
For real. The reason that I like doing the hockey content is because there's no, we're talking about hockey and that's it. I don't like a couple of times politics has come up and, general kind of, societal topics that are hot right now. And it's not that I don't want to talk about it. I mean, I'm dying to talk about them, but I'm just not, there's nothing appealing about talking about those things and having your words like super scrutinized and, people looking for holes in what you're saying and trying to exploit that. It's just nothing entertaining about that right now. Let me get everybody synced up if you're watching. We're at 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 12 minutes on the clock here. Game 5. Islanders and Caps. Islanders have the lead, 1-0, as you see.
I mean, can you imagine how entertaining it would be, Bull? And look, I grew up on Long Island. I grew up around a lot of Ranger fans, and I had a lot of Islander friends. And we would watch in our basements. We'd watch those Islander Ranger games. And if you had put a recorder on us, and back then a VCR video recorder, I mean that's content for weeks.
I mean, that's the goal.
Raw, and it was unfiltered, and it was there was no holding back. I mean, we insulted mothers.
Wow. Yeah, that's what it was. That's really what it was. Oh, Backstrom.
Oh my goodness.
You got him up. Wow. Is that Dal Cole pushing it up? Yeah.
I mean, mothers were not safe. Nobody was safe during those games.
That's what I would love to do. Like that's why I have the graphic the way I have it with the team's graphics. Ultimately, I would love if I had a Caps fan, an Islanders fan over here, and a Caps fan over here, and I don't even have to be in the shot. I just want to watch the two of you argue with each other and talk smack with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just tough. It's just tough to break through with things.
Well, I think also, I think you have to kind of know each other. And oh my goodness, what a move! Yeah! Was that Beauvillier again?
Yeah, it was Beauvillier again. And it looks like did he get hurt? It looks like he got hurt there on the play. Did he?
Oh, we don't need him hurt.
Wow. Well, it looks like he was grabbing his arm, but let's see what happened here on the replay. I mean, he just walked right in. Yeah, John Carlson.
Look at that move. Oh.
Definitely
Wow.
played that the
Oh, he
right way.
hit himself. He hit himself while falling, I guess.
Did he?
That.
Yeah,
looked
look
like it
at
hurt.
it. I mean, he
Ah.
ran into Oldby and then hit the post.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at his head hit the post, Munchkin.
Wow.
And then the puck
What a
goes
move.
in.
The puck went in.
Mm. The patience there, these young kids that are on that club.
We can't lose him. Oh, he's still. Oh, man.
I wonder if it is his arm or if he is. Well, if he.
That could be neck. That could be shoulder.
Give me anything. Oh, Cizikas now comes in and he puts one on. Hope he is able to see that one aside. Wow. The Islanders are putting the pedal to the metal right now.
Hold on, we scored again. 2-0.
2-0. But what's the nothing?
Villiers' second goal of the game, but he's hurt. Man, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
We can't lose him.
Because he's
Caps just look like they're fatigued right now.
Hmm?
Because he's not be Barzell.
No, it was Anthony Beauvillier who scored the goal.
Okay.
Can you say that? Can you say Anthony Beauvillier?
Anna Kendrick is crying.
Good job.
I hope it would be much cool to score if they scored another
A third goal? Yeah, that'd be awesome.
that would be great. He's getting the concept of this, you know?
He loves it when Matthew Barzell goes behind. When we play hockey in the house, he
Yeah.
always pretends to be Barzell, and he wants me to be like the announcer. Matthew Barzell behind the net, wrapping around. He shoots, he scores!
Ah.
He likes it when I do that.
He likes when you assume the role of the announcer.
Well, that's his signature move, going behind the net and centering it up.
Wrap it around.
Hey, Daddy,
Yes, Munchkin.
can we just play a game?
And here comes Dal
A
Cole.
little bit.
No, we're watching the hockey game.
No, I mean this after.
It's going to be bedtime for you after.
I keep forgetting you're an hour behind me. So I'm like, it's 9:19 now.
Man,
Yeah.
the Caps are flat.
They're so flat still. They are not getting anything going right now. Nothing going.
I mean, still low shots on goal for both teams still.
Yeah, just 12-10 Islanders, right? Oh, and there's Marner. He had some speed coming in, but wasn't able to do it.
I mean, I want to say it was in the 20 range at the end of the second period last game.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Phoebe, what are you doing? Come here. What are you popping around for, bud? He's celebrating the goal? Oh. Petey's over here cheering the goal on. Come on. Come on. Oh, no, he doesn't want to. Come on, Petey. Come here. I got you. Now I got you.
You know, Brian. Oh, look at Brian's dog. Holden, come here.
Okay,
Look at Brian's dog.
can you see?
See?
Where?
His name is Petey.
Oh, cute.
Thank you. Say thanks, Petey. Thank you.
That's a
He's a little
dog.
backup. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Oh, no, sorry. Petey, I won't show anybody your manhood. Don't worry. Very
Why?
protective of it. Why? Because
Why?
people,
Why?
because it's Petey's private parts. They're his own, so he doesn't want everybody to see them.
You can't see anyone's private parts, remember? You know how, like, when you touch your private parts, and we always tell you stop touching?
Come on.
You
I thought
know,
that was
I wonder, Brian,
That's what you wonder.
let's say, let's play fantasy here. Let's say the Islanders win the Stanley Cup.
Oh, okay.
Do you think next year at the Coliseum, the new chant when the Rangers come into town will be 1994?
I mean, we're on the doorstep of that being a reality, regardless of if the Islanders win the Stanley Cup or not. But definitely, if they win it before the Rangers do, yeah.
But no, the Islanders can't. We can't chant that until we win a cup. that was the whole thing with 1940 is that we won our last one in 84. You won in 1940. So we had the right to chant that. 94 wiped that out. We couldn't do that anymore. So if the Isles win, do we then have the right to start chanting 1994? And does it have the same ring to it? 1994. No. I think you can get away with it.
I think you want to get away with it.
I think so.
But I think it will be a short-lived chant because I don't think the Rangers are going to go another 54 years like my dog does. You may have won in 94, but no more for 54. Speaking of the Rangers Islanders, about 1,000 Santa Clauses showed up, and as promised, they were invited on the ice after the first period. If you missed the first part of the story, this was in December of 2003. The Islanders did a promotion to have Santa Clauses at the game, and they invited fans to dress up, and they could get into the game against the Flyers for free. And they promised in the intermission they would do a parade. And I'm reading the story now from ESPN. This turned out to be not such a good idea. As the Santas milled around, two of them removed their red jackets to reveal jerseys of the rival Rangers. Not a good thing to do in the home of the Islanders. Ignoring the holiday spirit, some of the other St. Nicks turned into bad Santa, jumping the Rangers fans. The interloopers were knocked to the ice and had their shirts ripped off. Other Santas went sliding across the ice during the melee that took 6 minutes to settle down.
But Brian, you got to watch the video.
The entire parade took nearly 9 minutes and almost delayed the start of the second period. The players were unaware of what was happening until after the game. Maybe it was the presence of the Flyers that set off the fans. Philadelphia, remember, is where Santa was booed in a holiday parade. When New York's Aaron Asham learned about what had happened, he grinned. What did he think about the episode? Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so what's more disgraceful, that or Eagles fans throwing snowballs at Santa Claus?
I don't know. I can't, dude. I was in Shea Stadium when Mets fans threw batteries at John Rocker, so I don't really have judgment of other cities, knowing that New York's done some pretty.
Well, JD Drew had batteries thrown at him in Philadelphia. Batteries is more of a Philly thing. I don't recall Mets fans throwing batteries at John Rocker. I don't recall.
I was there. You remember what happened with John Rocker?
I remember they put the cover up when he had to come into the games. He had to come under the cover.
Yeah. Still, do you know what we're talking about?
But I thought it was just.
You know who John Rocker was?
Well, I heard about John Rocker. Yeah,
he was a relief pitcher for the Braves, and he said just some, he said some nasty things about New Yorkers, and New Yorkers don't take kindly to that, and they definitely let him have it when he came back. Yeah, me and my best man, me and Dennis were at the game. That was the first game that we went to by ourselves, and we took the trains all the way out there, and we sat on the last two seats before the fall off in right field. And when Rocker came out, we were ducked down ourselves. There were people that were throwing batteries because you had the where we were, you had the bullpen right down at our feet. And it was pretty
I thought it was just cups and beer and trash. I didn't know that they actually
no.
Well, yeah. I hope they were D batteries.
Well, of course. A batteries aren't gonna get there.
He was such a jerk, man. He was like, oh,
he would have deserved a couple of car batteries.
Yeah, exactly. As big of a battery as you can get out there.
Well, I would have put 12 D batteries in a Ziploc bag and threw that at him.
Oh, man.
But Eagles fans did throw frozen snowballs to Santa Claus on the field.
I remember that. Philadelphians are a unique breed. I don't know how else to say it. I don't want to offend anybody. But they are there.
You can offend Eagles.
City of you know what? They call it the city of brotherly love. After the Broad Street bullies and sending like frozen snowballs to actually to Santa Claus, you just wonder how much brotherly love they have. How much brotherly love they have, right?
Exactly.
But it's a nice city.
You know what? I've only driven through, so I don't know what it's like there. But I'm trying to remember.
I could tell you.
Did the Flyers and Canadians play? They had a couple of series in the 80s, right? They might have even played the year the Canadians won the Cup in '86. Did they play? I just remember there being bad blood between the Canadians and the Flyers in playoff series before. I don't know if I might be just.
Well, I know that after the actual 74 and 75 Cup that the Flyers won.
Oh, 2-on-1 for the Islanders here. Oh, no, there you got guys back. Oh, bad play there. Holtby just put the puck right in the slot. Just 3:50 left in the second period. God, this game is just ticking away.
I think the Isles need to get out of this period with the same score at 2-0 here. I
think they cannot.
We can't give up a goal here.
Oh, no.
I will say with Philadelphia, so I went to a Phillies game with my Piazza jersey on.
Oh,
and I will say that the stadium there is great. The food there is amazing.
Yeah.
But I went with my who was my fiance at the time. You remember her, my ex-fiance.
Yep. Uh-huh.
We had insults thrown at us the whole game. I mean, vile stuff, just because I was wearing a Piazza jersey.
I'll bet.
And the Mets were in first place at that time. We were the better team of that era.
Yep.
But,
we got a high stick up top here. Who did that go up in? That's Johnston.
Any update on Bavillier?
No, I haven't seen anything, which is not. Whose stick was that? What was that?
Are they going to call that?
Yes, they called that.
They
If they're
call
smart, it'll be a full minute.
Okay.
Yeah. That was ugly. That was not even.
That was totally unjustified.
Completely unjustified.
If we go up 3, so Brian, you called a power play goal last time. I think you should call a power play goal now.
So you want me to say that there's a power play goal coming, or
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Well, I will tell you what it looks like. Oh no! Hold on a second. Let me see if I can share this. While let's see here.
Look at that. The Santa's first 1,000 Santas get in free at Nassau Coliseum. And what is that Rangers fan doing out on the ice? The Islanders Santa.
Oh no! Oh, they pounded him.
I hope they will. That guy looks serious. Yeah. I think he said, get that jersey off.
Oh, they're showing okay. So that's where the Penguins come from. Oh my God. But the kid with the Rangers shirt looked like a typical Long Island chooch. Definitely looked like Caps don't look like they're here to play tonight. Sloppy passes, no energy. Aaron, I hate to say it, but I agree with you. And I think Holtby is making some plays that they just don't look like they're with the intensity that he can have. So look, the Islanders are a tough team. Let's not just consider this a Caps complete collapse. The Islanders are really playing. They're really playing well right now.
Wow. I'm actually streaming from MSG Plus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're showing UBS Arena.
Power play.
Oh, yeah.
Belmont Park.
We got a score here.
And
we'll go there. We're
gonna 5 and they have 4.
Go ahead, so.
And they're showing when they were building it.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
It's beautiful. I can't wait to go there. I cannot wait to go see a game there. And I want to go to T-Mobile. Oh, Caps.
No.
Oh, and they drew a penalty too.
Penalty.
So we'll have 4-on-4 here for just a little bit. Anthony Beauvillier. Good news, he's on the ice. Bad news, he's sitting down. Took a penalty.
We didn't do anything.
Yeah, they did.
I want to go to Vegas to see a game. I'd love to see T-Mobile Arena, but I really can't wait for the arena in Seattle. That's going to be something incredible. Like have you seen any of the images? Either of you guys, have you seen any of the renderings from the arena in Seattle?
Yeah, I saw. It's amazing.
It's going to have like the dual scoreboards over each end, and the center ice is going to be clear. That's going to be like I don't know. It's just a new idea, new concept. It's just exciting.
I'm excited for the Isles, though. My plan is to go to the first game. I went to the first game when they opened up Citi Field for the Mets. I went to the opening game. Of course, they lost. McPelfrey was the pitcher. He gave up a home run on the very first pitch. So, welcome. You're opening up a new ballpark, and the first pitch
Is a homer.
is a home run by the opposite team. And I was just like, oh, yep, typical Mets.
Welcome to home.
Yeah.
Welcome home, exactly.
Welcome home.
Yeah, but I will try and go to the first game. I mean, obviously, we'll see where we are in terms of travel and whatnot, but we're still a year and a half away. So
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you also need to see if you need to take a second mortgage out on your house to get a ticket for that, because it's going to be an event. It's going to be.
I paid a tremendous amount for that first Mets game.
What'd you pay? Do you remember?
2 tickets, $500.
Where'd you sit?
Plus, we were on the first base side, kind of midway to the outfield.
Wow. Bottom level?
No, like
Upstairs. Wow.
So
It's a beautiful place, though.
But my
Pretty-
max would be for the Islanders. I'd probably go up to $1,000 to be there.
Absolutely. For first night?
Oh yeah,
Because it's going to be exciting. Like, you know, the move to Barclays was not an official thing. It was just kind of like, we're going to just set up shop here for a minute.
nobody was excited about that, and
Nobody. But, dude, like, they're going to, like, re-raise those banners, and they're going to bring out all the alum. Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about what it's like. I mean, it's not quite like when the Forum closed and Bell Center opened. That was incredible.
yeah.
Like, to see that, you know, the passing of the torch.
Well,
That was so
and the owner of the Islanders had said when they announced that they were going to build this arena, they wanted to get feedback from the fans. And the one thing that the fans said was they don't want to lose the essence of the noise that's in the Coliseum and how you're so close to the ice. So the new UBS arena will be the only arena in hockey with 2 lower bowls. They will have the largest lower bowl in any arena in hockey.
2 lower.
Yes, they're going to double the size of the lower bowl. So they're going to, so instead of having like the lower bowl and then like only having like maybe 30 rows, they're going to have like 60 rows of the lower bowl. So they're doubling the size of the lower bowl,
Right.
and then they're building up so that you're really on top of the ice, and that noise from the Coliseum should transcend over to UBS. And that was the big thing for the fans, and that was the big thing for Ledecky, our owner, to really emulate and get.
So there's not really like a break between the upper level and lower level.
Well, there is, but they're just doubling the size of that lower level.
Wow.
So it's going to be deeper from row 1 to whatever. It's just going to be deeper.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. The garden was awesome, but going to the garden as a kid, I mean, I went to both venues. Well, I've been to all of those venues. So right off the bat, I'll say that I agree with Aaron. Barclays is horrible for hockey. Just horrible. We saw the Islanders play the Caps back in February of 2016, and it was an overtime game, and it was an exciting game, and the building just felt dead.
Terrible. The sight lines were bad. There's obstructions everywhere you go. The ice, the condition of the ice is worse than in Florida.
It's really bad.
And that was the other thing that ownership had vowed, was that they were going to have the most state-of-the-art technology at the new arena.
Well, Barclays, just the energy of the fans wasn't there, and the scoreboard that was off center and all those other things.
Yeah.
But there was just no electricity there, at all. It's the building's beautiful. What are they doing here?
And there's no coincidence that the impact of going from the Coliseum in round 1 last year to Barclays in round 2 affected their performance.
Oh,
no coincidence of that.
100,000%. 100,000%.
That's why they announced this year that had the playoffs happen, normally they would have played all their games at the Coliseum.
Yeah. Barclays was awful. And I think part of the other part of with Barclays, well, although I think Barclays does have an advantage, is because it's not as big of a building like as these mega arenas like Amway Center, where it's just a huge building with a huge bowl inside. Excuse me. The ceiling was a little lower, and that was part of the luster of Nassau Coliseum, is that was a small building, low roof. The sound just reverberated off of that tin ceiling. And it was just the way that building was built. It was just the sound in there was incredible. And a lot of it was also because it was just flush from the bottom of the ice to the roof. It was just one huge bowl. And the Garden was like that too. When the Rangers won the cup, the Garden was very much like that. It was just one big bowl with the different sections and everything. And, you had the different color seats in the Garden and everything like that. But after they redid it and they made it more of a modern rink, like there's some parts of the arena that you're in and the energy just kind of gets just sucked into, just sucked into a corner. It doesn't really
The second period, there's one more
stay
thing.
as exciting as one. One more period, Mommy.
What's interesting? And I don't know if this is factual. I never looked at it. Maybe I did, but did you ever watch the series Mad Men?
I never did, no.
Okay, so there's an episode where Madison Square Garden is taking out a bunch of ads because they're going to build Madison Square Garden in New York City, but there was a campaign against it. New York City traditionalists didn't want the garden to be built. They said it was going to bring, bad business and whatnot. It was kind of interesting how there was kind of like a campaign against building the garden in the 60s.
Really?
Yeah, I always wanted to look that up to see if that was factual, but a lot of the topics in that show were factual.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Yeah.
I need to take a look.
You know what? I wish on my bucket list, one game at MSG. That's for sure.
We're gonna do that still. And now that the team's exciting, Lafreniere. That's it. Lafreniere. I need to take a break because I need to stretch my legs. And
No worries.
for the third,
I think we all have to pee too.
Yeah, that's my get up and stretch my legs. That's my code for that.
So we'll see you in the third period, bud.
Yep, we'll talk to you guys in a second.
No problem.
2-0 Islanders right now. They're definitely in control. See what the Caps have in store when they return from the locker rooms in the third period. Hockey Now Net, at Hockey Now Net, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget the Twitch, twitch.tv/Hockey Now Network. Some love over there would be appreciated, please.
Hit that subscribe button and smash that like button and do that.
Aaron with breaking news. Lafreniere to the Rangers. Ping pong. We'll be back in just a few. Well, here we go. Time to see what the Caps have left in the tank. They're down 2-0 here going into the third period against the Islanders. Islanders have a 3-1 series lead. They're looking to advance. If the Islanders win and the Flyers win, they will meet in the next round. I need to figure out the rest of the math. That would mean that the Lightning and Bruins will play. But let's just cross that bridge when we get to it, okay? Because the Islanders haven't won anything yet. And there's a man named Alexander Ovechkin on the ice, and if he is in the game, anything is possible. We're off. Third period. Here we go. Let me get rid of the stats on screen. And Sil, I've got you back on with me. I'm going to switch over to the other graphic. We'll put that one up there. You're on the Caps side. I hope you don't mind about that. I think you're muted over there, Sil. I'll put that there, and there we go. So what happens now? How long will it take you to see whether or not the Caps mean business?
You know what? They haven't for the first two.
They have not at all.
So, I mean, unless there's a miracle, and unless Captain Ovi just becomes Captain Ovi.
Puts the cape on and goes to work.
Exactly. Now, the only thing is that basically, you know what? That's only a theory, but I mean, player like Ovechkin, to me, are actually like they're crowd teasers or crowd pleasers.
Right.
Now, no crowd, and I guess they thrive on that energy that comes from the crowd.
Sure.
So they're isolated, not at home, and with no crowd.
Yep.
So, I mean, everything that makes Ovechkin is kind of not there.
Yeah, and I guess last game, the physicality that started, that's emotion that the players can dictate. But you're right. I mean, without playing at home and without having the crowd on your side and the music on your side, and oh, what a stop! Just in time. How about that stop, Darren?
Nice.
Wow.
Did you get to see it?
Yeah. For some reason, I was a couple seconds behind you.
Let's get everything synced up again here. Let me put my screen back the way it looks pretty. All right, there we go. Yep, I'm at 1838, and Varley had it in his glove, and the puck is false start. Barzal, he'll be sent out of the circle. It won't be Nick Leddy going in there, Matt. Sorry. Puck's down. 37, 36, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 18, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 18, 25 are synced up and watching together.
Yeah, just jumping on the conversation, I do wonder how this would have all played out if you're playing in New York, if you're playing in Washington with the fans. But look, no team has an advantage or a disadvantage. Everyone's in the same situation.
Right. It's true.
I mean, of course, I miss the Islander fans at the Coliseum. That was our home ice advantage.
Right. Absolutely. We were just talking about that last period. They switched venues in the middle after sweeping out Pittsburgh in the first round. They move venues and then get swept out in the second round.
Yeah. But everyone's dealing with the exact same,
What were you saying, Sil?
Or I just wonder which team is in the Maple Leafs dressing room right now.
Oh, I know. I wonder which one is in there. It'd be great if the Islanders were. Well, I wonder if the home team gets the better accommodations.
The home team gets the Maple Leafs locker room.
Wow.
Yes.
So then, the Islanders are just in another room. That would have been great, though, if the Islanders win tonight and they can do it in Toronto's room. Imagine Barzal sitting in John Tavares' stall.
Well, two points. I think what's really interesting is that when Toronto was in this contest, not the playoffs, but the qualification round, they had to go to the visiting locker room when they were the away team, which is really fascinating. But it was Eli Manning who autographed the visiting locker room at AT&T Stadium here in Dallas because the Giants had won the opening game of AT&T Stadium.
Really?
And Eli Manning had autographed his name with the score and the date. And to Jerry's credit, he never took it off.
Nice.
He left it there.
He gets it. That guy gets it.
He gets it. But I always thought that was funny. So I think should the Islanders win, let's hope, and who knows how far they go. I think Matthew Barzal should be like, Matthew Barzal was here, like on his locker or something.
Or like get on the floor with a Sharpie and go under the drawer. Like, so it's like stuck in a spot where nobody can see it.
Exactly.
And then one day in the future where they're ripping that room apart, someone's like, get out of here. Look what that.
Exactly.
That'd be pretty epic.
You talk about stadiums and arenas. Oh my God, AT&T. I've never been there for a football game because I refuse to support Jerry Jones and that team.
Right.
But we did take my son to the Monster Truck Show this past January before the shutdown.
Really?
That stadium is sick, dude. I mean, $1.2 billion and that
huge,
scoreboard. Huh? That scoreboard is, the center scoreboard in the center. Oh my! It goes from the 20-yard line to the 20-yard line.
That's bonkers, man.
It's insane. It's
kind of. I mean, it's obviously a smaller version, but it's kind of like what they have in Tampa and in Colorado. Indoors, they're smaller versions of that, but it just spread from beyond blue line to blue line. It's just a massive screen. It's pretty wild. I was so excited. I was so lucky. I really was truly lucky to DJ those games for the Lightning earlier this year and just get to spend some time in that building. It's just that place is 20 years old now, if not more.
And that's something.
Over. And it's still it's in beautiful shape, and it's just such a beautiful place. And
well, it's funny that 20 years doesn't seem like a long time for arenas or stadiums, but already the Texas Rangers baseball team, had their new stadium open up this year, and Rangers Ballpark was only 20 years old.
I was going to say, I remember that being one of the new stadiums when we were growing up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was one of the newer ones that they modeled, after Camden. It really wasn't that old, but they really needed a dome down here. It is so hot in the summertime.
Yeah.
And it's just
the Rangers
players.
So is the new one the Texas Rangers Stadium? Is it a dome?
It's called Globe Life Field, or Globe Life Park, one of those, because the other one was Globe. One is one of the other. And we had tickets. My buddy and I had tickets for opening game.
Yeah.
We got our money back because we were allowed to refund them, but we were going to go to the opening game this year.
Really?
And
are they having fans at Cowboys games?
So Jerry said that he is going to have fans at the games, but it may not be his decision.
Right.
I heard something about an NFL team that were saying that they wanted to get like 20% fans, I guess, into the stadium.
Yeah.
And it was representing something like 18,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still an insane amount of people, man. Because even if you, even an NHL arena, that's still 5,000 people if you're having 25% at an NHL game. But yeah, like that AT&T place is 100,000 people, right?
It's 100,000 people, yeah.
Well, 25% is 25,000 people. That's still way too much.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I saw. Well, you saw today that there was a couple Mets that got COVID.
Mm-hmm. Subway Series is going to be potentially postponed. Well, I think it already was postponed. And baseball is just doing it all wrong. And hockey is a testament to everything that these teams should be doing.
Hockey and the NFL, and the NBA. The NBA,
the bubbles.
Mm-hmm. They really have the bubbles are the way to go. Yep. The MLS did it right with the return to play or whatever they called that tournament they did, and it was all in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand some sports you can do that. Football's going to just have the hardest time because even if you're in the bubble, right? Every team plays. Those Looked like Varley gloved that. Because every team plays on the same day. So,
Right.
and there's no way that you'd be able to facilitate playing that many games and being able to complete a whole a whole season.
You would have to
for 4, 5, 6 months.
Well, you could have 2 or 3 games a day, but they would have to play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, it couldn't be just every Sunday.
Yeah, but how quick is the turnaround? Because the team that plays on Sunday is not going to want to play on Wednesday. And the teams that play on Wednesday, then that team might have a 10-day break before they play the following Saturday or Sunday. It's just the logistics of their schedule. It's just not feasible. Whereas with baseball, I've been saying this since we started our stream. It's been, well, first I'll start with saying this. With the NBA and the NHL, and the NHL more in particular, because the NBA is using 3 venues on Disney property, but the NHL is playing all these games on 2 rinks. They've only had 1 major catastrophe, whereas the schedule just got bumped up, and that was the Lightning and Blue Jackets game 1. The first game of the round went 5 overtimes, and that was the only scheduling issue we've had. And now we're at the point where that's not going to be an issue anymore,
right?
Because now there will be 1 game a day, because there will be 2 series on each side, so there will be 1 game a day at each venue. The games are all going to be in the evening time, probably back to 7 and 10, if not 7 and 9. To get to keep the crowd and roll it over into the next one. And they've done this with 2 venues, the NBA with 3. Baseball, if they were to do a bubble at Disney has 10 professional size fields. I'm sorry, they have 5 professional size fields. There's 4 of them that are in the circle that are going in every direction. Then you have the stadium that the Braves do their spring training in. So in essence, you could play 3 games a day. You could play noon, 4, and 8. You don't have to I don't think the field has to. I'm getting some buffer. Am I stuttering on my end, or am I good on my end?
You're good. But let me ask you a question about that though, because if you're in Orlando, you can utilize the proximity to Daytona and Tampa and create that whole Central Florida as your bubble, because all you would need to do is have the players bust from the hotel to the field, and whether they're playing in Tampa, Orlando, or Daytona, you're still in a bubble if you're going directly from the hotel to the field to hotel.
Yeah, I mean 100%. That makes sense. I think the only argument would be that you're opening it up to more extras, the people that are around, and I don't know though. Like as you're saying though, if you're in the secure bubble and you're being driven to the venue and the venue's not open to
essential staff only. Your umps, and that's it.
Well, then maybe that's an interesting idea for football. Go into an area like, take New York City for instance, right? Like you have they could probably put a field in Yankee Stadium if they wanted to. They do the soccer field on there.
You could do Yankee Stadium, you could do Citi Field, you could do MetLife.
You do MetLife. You could probably do Randall's Island if you needed to, or another smaller kind of an arena or stadium. But yeah, I mean, Florida, the same thing. You could do the Citrus Bowl. You could do Ray J. You could do.
I mean, football you could even play at Hofstra.
Right.
You could play at some colleges if you need to, because the field could be set up the same way as NFL.
Right. Hey, I want to catch up on some of these comments real quick. Aaron said the shot counter is misleading. Most of the cap shots have come from way out. Yeah, I haven't seen them be very dangerous. I haven't seen Varlamov really be tested tonight. A couple of shots that looked like, just perspective-wise, they were trouble, but he's not really faced anything tonight at all. Brian, I just want to point out, Elise, did you see that Brian commented, "Go Islanders"? Okay, she saw it. That's good. Brian's happy because his Lightning won yesterday, and he's going to have more Bolts hockey through this, I was about to say spring, but this summer. So he's jumping on the Islanders bandwagon. That's all good. Bill, if the MLB would do a bubble at Disney, the Pirates would still be in last place. It's just that with baseball, if you did a noon, 4, and 8 game every day, because baseball players play every day,
Yeah.
And again, like I was saying, I don't think there's a lot of turnaround time on the field. Like you don't have to let the ice rest and different things like that. You
Oh, he's going again.
just have to
Yeah.
come in, get a, what's that? Am I gone?
Yeah, now you're having some buffer issues.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, double headers are only about 30 minutes apart.
Yeah, exactly. So there's plenty of time to get the field ready. And then you could, in essence, if you have 5 fields and you run 3 games a day, that's 15 games a day. Every team could play every day for 30 days.
Yeah, they're ridiculous to be traveling right now. And to not foresee the issues that they're going to be having is just ignorant.
Yep. And I think another issue with the football is that they carry 53 players on the roster, right?
Yeah.
That's bigger than a gathering is allowed in some places, and that doesn't count coaches and staff, and it's just a lot. Look, I'm not arguing whether or not it should be or shouldn't be one way or the other. I'm just saying that if you are responsible for making sure that this works, you have to take it with all of the utmost seriousness, and there's no arguing about whether or not it should or shouldn't happen. You just need to protect the players. The NHL has 3 weeks in a row. NBA the same, I believe. 3 weeks in a row of testing and not a single case.
Yeah.
So the bubble's working.
The NHL has done it absolutely brilliantly for this tournament.
Yep. I am kind of nervous running, working the youth team for a couple weeks. Whoa. What happened there?
Yeah, and the fact that we're going to be able to crown a Stanley Cup champion here is just fantastic. Yeah.
I wonder how much time one of the guys was asking in the last couple of days what might happen when they go from Toronto to Edmonton, if they're going to need to quarantine when they get in Edmonton because they're going from one bubble to the next. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see how the league treats that as far as the layover from the Toronto rounds to when all the teams get to Edmonton.
Because you're saying that the finals are going to be all in Edmonton?
Conference finals and the Stanley Cup final is in Edmonton.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to build a outdoor rink somewhere in the Great White North and get the players there. I mean, the only thing they're going to have as neighbors is like icebergs.
It's right. It's way out there, right?
That's a huge disadvantage for the East Coast teams because they're learning the bounces and the boards and the ice in Toronto.
Yeah. And
now it's kind of like all the teams that have played in Edmonton, if they get to those finals, they're going to know the bounces.
Fair point. And that ice in the ice in Edmonton is far superior than the ice in Toronto from everything everyone's saying.
Although why they decided that?
Probably the more I don't want to say the better ice crew is in Edmonton, but the more experienced ice crew is in Edmonton. But yeah, the Eastern Conference will have 7 games to figure it out if it goes all 7. That the round that they play goes all 7 games because they'll play the conference final there. But I don't know. Sil, have you seen, or maybe if any of you guys, Bill or Aaron, I haven't really seen the ice being an issue. Like early on, we noticed there was a lot of bouncing pucks and the ice was not looking too good, but I haven't heard or seen anything lately. Sil, have you?
No. They most likely adjusted as well. I mean,
yeah.
With like half of the NHL being waiting.
Right. Regarding ice conditions, just like any other playoff game, all ice surfaces are different. Fair enough. Both teams have to play on the same ice, so that's got to be said also. I think the NFL is following NASCAR model of going to venues. My son and I went to the race this past weekend. Wow. I'd be curious to know more about that experience, Bill, because I saw that they were allowing people in there.
What's he at?
What's that?
What speedway was Bill at? What venue?
Daytona. They were in Daytona this past weekend running a road course for the first time.
Yeah. What the advantage the NFL would have
with the ice
is only with their television contract. They paid their expenses already. I mean, fans in stadiums are gravy. I mean,
so wait a minute. Go back to this Edmonton thing. If you have the final games in Edmonton, what is the start time on the East Coast?
If they start at 7:00 in Edmonton, then they will be 9:00 Eastern. But they will probably start at 6 Edmonton time, and they'll start 8 Eastern time.
Okay, I was going to say you can't take away an entire region's audience.
They're
by
not going to
starting
take
so
the East
late.
Coast away. They're not going to take the East Coast away. We've talked about that so much over the course of this tournament about how much this sport, especially with Walt, because Walt's out in Vancouver, right? So he, when there's a noon game, that's a game that's at 9 a.m. for him.
Right.
So, and he kept mentioning, it's different. I think we just forget. Well, you're living in a different time zone now, so maybe you haven't really forgotten, or it's not lost on you. But it's so lost on us on the East Coast that things happen based around our schedule. Like nearly all of the time. Even when the Rangers,
the bigger audience is on the East Coast.
Exactly. When the Rangers played the Kings in 2014, they started those games at 8:00 Eastern, which was 5:00.
Yeah.
Like they were playing game 1, game 2 at 5:00 in the afternoon on a Monday in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So, they definitely program for the East Coast, and to that extent, Aaron and Bill both agree too. And I'm with them. It's going to be 8:00 games, and they'll start at 6. I don't think it'll be as much of a chore because the routine is just to win. That's it. Your routine is just playing hockey right now. When they're at home, the routine is get up, go to the rink, go home, have a meal, have a nap, go back to the rink, etc., whatever it is. There's no family time they have to do. They'll have their routine in place with the rest of the club. They'll travel together like they're on the road.
It's still a disadvantage for the East Coast team, though, they're changing hotels. So think about it. These players are in the same room.
They will have their families there in the later rounds.
Interesting.
Yep. Man, this birch beer is so good. I got a little produce market here that has all kind of Dutch Amish grocery. This is a Pennsylvania Dutch birch beer. It's incredibly high in calories, but it is tasty AF. Do you know what AF means, Darren? Is that too?
I do.
Don't say it.
I won't say it. No, I do know. One of my favorite bits on the Stern show, speaking of Stern, is when Richard pours beer down his butt and he does a taste test through his butt.
The wine one too.
The wine one he did. Yeah.
We should point out we are watching a hockey game here. There's 7:10 on my clock. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 minutes left here in the third period. Caps are down by 2.
You know what? It's funny. I was like 10 seconds behind you.
Snoozer.
Yeah, where are you now? Do that again.
Go ahead.
I was 10 seconds behind you guys.
Where are you?
So was I.
10 seconds ahead. Still watching.
Ahead. Are you behind me, Darren?
Are you at 6:39 now? Stop at the play.
Yeah, I'm at 6:39.
Okay.
Stop. Yep. Bill offers this, and I think it's fair to say it's just like moving to the next round. Different opponent, different hotel, different ice surface.
But not for the West Coast team.
I mean, I understand that. I understand that. They're not having the move. They're probably, unless they make the teams move hotels, which might offer a little bit of an advantage, but I don't know. It's just very unique. And
how many days in between the conference finals to the finals? Because even though there's a slight time change, there's still a time change for the players.
Right. Yeah. And they're going to probably play every other day. Usually in the playoffs, there's in the more recent years, it used to be every other day, and you play the 2-2, 2-2-1-1-1. And it'll still be 2-2-1-1-1, but I don't know if they'll go. More recently, it's been day, game, off, game, off, game, off, game, and then 2 days off between every other game for travel. But you're not going to have that. So I would imagine, though, at that point, as much as the players who are in it, they also are like, you're talking about at that point, you've been in a bubble for 7 weeks. You're about ready to get out of the bubble, get out of the constraint, the confines. obviously the bonus is you're that much closer to the Stanley Cup, or you're right there, basically touching it.
Sure.
So, but I'll tell you what, 5:30 left in this game, and the Capitals are doesn't look
Flat.
good, Mr. Aaron. Flat, and where did?
Oh,
Aaron said another one too. Snoozer. It's just been a real snoozer of a game here.
I disagree.
Sure you do. I'm sure you're loving the game. Kind of like Flyer fans last night did not enjoy that game, but still loved it.
Like I said, I mean, I'm totally. I have my heart and my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Related to the time differences, my
Yeah.
very, very first radio job was working for the Palm Beach Post in West Palm Beach, Florida. And that was before Mark Cuban had broadcast.com. There was a phone service that you could call in and get updates on scores and box scores,
Sure.
horse racing results. And I would record the results into a recording machine, and you'd call in this 900 number.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bookie
So-
numbers. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so my shift would start at 7 p.m. and those college football Hawaii games, I would have to stay there until 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah.
until those Hawaii games finished.
Because they would kick off probably evening time, 6, 7, which is 6 hours difference or 7 hours difference?
From the East Coast,
Or is it 5 hours difference?
well,
Might
no,
be
isn't it
5
2 hours from California? So it'd be a 5-hour difference.
5 hour difference, yeah. So if they were starting at 7 their time, that's midnight our time. I
Right.
remember the George. Do you remember the George Michael Sports Machine?
Oh, absolutely. I remember
Saturday
that.
night? I think it was Saturday nights, right? On NBC in New York it was?
Yep.
Yep. Hell yeah. I remember that. The George Michael Sports Machine. I remember at least once I asked my dad why the guy from Wham had a sports show.
That's great.
I know what I wanted to ask you. So Nick Suzuki's been playing really freaking awesome, huh? Did you see that coming? I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming, but
I did. I mean, I saw him all year, right?
yeah.
And all year he had that little something.
Yeah.
I mean, getting out of the juniors with the Memorial Cup, coming in Montreal.
Yep.
I mean, you could see that he was like something else.
Yeah.
And he's gaining confidence. And right now, he's actually I would say, like at the top of the game. He can be at his age.
Yep.
Knowing that he's still like on a upstream. But I mean, he's getting that cockiness that
He is swag. It's swag.
Exactly.
I hate that that's the right word for it, but the right word is swag.
just like this guy had,
Just
right?
like that guy. Yep. 100%.
like
PK
that.
Subban. That's
Yep.
a great jersey right there.
I love
It's my son's jersey. I mean, it's Sam's jersey. He doesn't fit into it, obviously.
Yeah.
So I use it for the playoffs.
Yeah, he did you see the video with him and Lindsay in the Caribbean, and he was dancing with her and like like he's great.
He's a great player. My buddy's got a Subban Canadiens jersey, and he would wear it to the Panthers games all the time. And at the Florida Panther games, they would always put opposing fans on the big screen and have that big cat chomping on the player. He's like, every time he goes, he gets on camera.
He gets
and
on
they
there?
get that on him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But Braden Holtby, 50 playoff wins, most in Caps history, 2016 Vezina Trophy winner, 2018 Stanley Cup champion, lots of regular season games and wins for the Caps, and this might be his last game in the uniform.
A lot of players are in that situation right now. I mean, in Montreal, you have you could have Domi that's gone. You could have quite a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I mean, I think that's the cruelty of professional sports. Is that you're under the limelight, you break records, and from one day to another, you just switch off, or you end up going somewhere else because
Did you see that statistic?
Which one?
0 shots on goal in the last 9 minutes for either team.
It's been very
Wow.
muddy. It's been boring and muddy. Like, just nobody wants the puck. The Caps just don't look like they want it right now. I mean, they haven't looked like they wanted it all game, really. If
Well,
we can be.
this would be a statement win for the Isles. I mean, should they continue and get the shutout, there's no bigger statement than that they were ready for this game.
I agree with you. I mean, listen, the Panthers, it is what it is with the Panthers. I don't think, nobody expected them to lose to the Panthers except for Panther fans. But, it was still, they still had to play through that, and they did, and they looked good doing it, and they've looked very sound. And now that we're on the cusp, minus the trap game there, Bill, they're playing that old Lou Lamoriello trap, that Jacques Lemaire trap.
It worked.
It did work. I mean, hell yeah, it worked.
Wow, they're going empty net with 2:48 remaining.
Well, they have to right now. It's do or die. So looking at the teams who have already advanced, the teams that, other than Boston, who didn't impress in the round robin, they've definitely turned their game on. But even more so, and here we are, and I said it right at the beginning, like in the first couple of days of doing the streams, we were going to be able to see right away the teams who wanted to be there and the teams who were just trying to see what it's all about. But it was going to be evident that the teams that didn't have the energy were really out of their league. But the teams who really want it are really super evident. Vegas wants it. The Avs want it. The Lightning want it. The Islanders want it. I think the Flyers and Canadians both still want it. I think the Flyers, they definitely have played. Oh
my God.
Down there. Go. Yeah. Boom. Who was that? Whose backhand was that?
Nick Leddy, it looks like.
Leddy?
Nick Leddy. And it looks like Holtby will return back on. Oh, Nick Leddy with a backhander.
Wow. A floater.
Did Leddy win the cup with Chicago? Let me just see that.
The Islanders scored an empty net. We're going to win the game.
Yes. Let me see here. That's where they got him from, right? Chicago? Yeah. And he played 10-11. Did they? No, that was the Bruins Cup. Then 11-12, 12-13. Okay, yeah. So he won a cup. No.
And Boychuk won a cup with Boston, right?
I believe.
Yeah, Boychuk was on the.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have guys that have experience winning a cup.
Yeah.
It seems that we have a flight number for tomorrow.
Is that it? Did Aaron put it up? There we go. Oh man.
Sorry,
Look,
bud.
It was a tough tournament. It's going to be a tough feat for whoever is ultimately able to win the whole thing. It will have been quite a feat. We've been saying it from the start. Doesn't have to be. It's not an asterisk of a penalty. An asterisk cup.
Not at all.
Holtby's back on the net on the bench again.
Man, they couldn't score two. Imagine 3 now.
Everyone's the same right now. There's no asterisk.
No, definitely not.
Everyone had the same amount of rest.
Oh my God, another one.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Carlson looks pissed.
Carlson?
Yeah, I mean, they just showed him, and he's like, yeah. But you know what? I mean, one thing I wonder. I mean, I don't know, like, what the media market or what the Isles, the actual like Caps media coverage is in Washington. But I mean, I believe that tomorrow morning, if there is any coverage, Ovechkin is going to get crucified.
I don't know. Aaron could definitely give more insight on that.
Well, he had a bad series.
Aaron's been here. Yeah. Well, I mean, he had a bad series, but he did what he had to do last game. He can't just win it all by himself. I mean,
but that is the fault. But isn't that the fault of coaching in a team where you can't just rely on one guy? And you
Sure.
look at all the different players that have scored for the Islanders, and that's why they're successful.
Sure.
Up and down the lines, they score. You cannot just have one player that you rely on.
Right. And it's also not just the players that win the cup that have the success. I think, I mean, I don't know if you would, I don't know if you'd agree with me, Aaron, or not, but just as much as losing a player is a detriment, when Barry Trotz decides he wants to leave, that's, you're telling the band manager, or the band manager is no longer with you, and you're expecting the guys to keep playing the same song, and it's not that easy if he's not there. So that was just as much. Did you guys hear all that feedback all that whole time? I'm sorry. Losing Barry Trotz was, I mean, definitely as detrimental as if they would have lost any individual player. So
sure, you lose this whole system,
the whole thing, and the education on how to, build a team around a superstar like Ovi, and how to give Holtby the support that he needs and wants. And that is official.
Boom.
We have another elimination. The New York Islanders move on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They defeat the Caps 4-0 in Game 5 and win the series 4-1.
Who would have thought the Islanders would have beat them in 5 games?
No
one.
Let's take a look at the prediction card. I've got Caps in 6, Caps in 6, Caps in 6, Caps in 6, Caps in 5, Caps in 7, and lowly Brian Sklover picks Isles in 6. So I was
pick Isles, yeah.
I was technically closest, though it took them 1 game shorter than I thought. And now the
Wow.
Yeah, what?
They just showed something that Varlamov Varlamov just got the first shootout in a series winning game since 1980 for the Islanders.
Wow.
So,
what a game by him.
It's a 40-year record, or 40-year.
Yeah. Well,
he's first star. He's first star of this game. He has to be.
To be fair, the Islanders hadn't won a playoff series until like 3 years ago.
We won a playoff series last year.
Before that.
The year before that, we won against the Panthers. The year before that.
That's what I'm talking about, the Tavares goal. But before, that was the first playoff series win for the team in like 20 years, right?
That one was.
You know what?
Petey, we sat here. I even cheered for Tavares, knowing that it would hurt.
You know what? Next year, they're getting Mike Bilberry and Mike Keaton back in Washington. And then they're going to build a winning team.
Did you say Mike Milbury?
Yeah. I wouldn't wish that on
purpose. I said that on purpose.
Well, Aaron, I know it's heartbreaking for the team, but I mean this sincerely. I appreciate you. I mean, watching with us, and I know you're going to continue because I know you're a hockey guy and you're going to keep watching with us every night anyway. But I hope that
Farley not a star of the game?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Adam Pelech is exactly the with 6 hits and 4 blocks is a star of the game. Wow.
Good Lord.
But I do appreciate you. Well, I don't know if Aaron wants to root for the Islanders with you, Petey, and I'm not expecting for him to, but I think, that's what I appreciate about you, Aaron, is that you see it. The team was just not, it was not here. They just didn't show up tonight. There's no other way to say it. Wouldn't show up tonight. So now that also means, let me point out that there will be, because the Islanders and Caps would have had their next game on Saturday and then Sunday. So as of right now, the only game possible for Saturday is Flame Stars Game 7. That is if the
Calgary wins tonight.
Yes. Otherwise, we get Saturday off. Woo! I'm going to sit around and do nothing.
Excited. I might get on my kid's trampoline.
Do it. You won't do it. You won't do it right now. Are you going to get... Oh, my God. Remember girls jumping on trampoline, the man show, talking about our younger ages?
I sure do.
Wow. That's totally fine. I'm on board with you, dude. And Aaron, I think that following the Avs right now is not a bad idea because they are possessed. They are dialed in. Nate McKinnon, I really want to see him get there. I really want to see him win a cup. I want to see him do it. I don't want Cole Harbor, Nova Scotia to be strictly the home of Sidney Crosby. I want it to be the home of Sid and Nate. And Nazem Kadri, right? He's been playing outrageously out there. Wow. Well done. Yep.
Well, this was fun, boys.
So you're welcome to join us for any of the other hockey, but I mean, we're going to have Islanders second round hockey, and they did win tonight. They didn't win last game, but they did win tonight. So I don't think you can, don't count out coming on and watching with us.
I sat in a different chair. I sat in the chair that they won the previous game in.
Okay. So
I moved chairs. I also changed into the shorts that they won when I was wearing when they won.
Right.
And I wore my Tool shirt, which always brings good vibes.
Of course.
So
you made the changes over there. The change wasn't coming on with us. It was all the changes were on your end.
No. I think you have to give credit to Trotz putting some new players in, the new clothes that I put on, sitting in this chair, and coming onto your show for the whole time. I mean, I was on pretty much all of just but 2 minutes of the third period.
Yeah.
I think all that together is why they won.
All right. Well, that's good. That means that you're coming back on when we go forward.
For sure.
And now officially, we don't need this graphic any longer. So I will move over to the Flames and Stars graphic, even though we won't be watching this game.
Well, I'm going to bid you guys adieu.
Yeah, I'm going to jump off too and go make myself comfortable to watch this other game. Still, tomorrow night, will you be around?
Sam is on the ice, so I'll try.
All right. All night?
Huh?
Is he on all night?
He's 7, starts at 7, and then we'll see. I think it finishes around 8.
Okay.
But once again, I mean, I'll try my best. But then again, you know what? I mean, why is he always playing when Montreal Canadiens are playing? That's a mystery to me.
That's the problem there. All right.
Well, you know what? I'll give him my car keys. He can drive himself to the arena.
I'm saying he can do that now, right? He's got to be old enough to drive.
15? Not sure.
In Florida, he's old enough to drive. Florida, they let you do whatever. There's get out of my house. Here, take your license and get out of my house. Let me give you a car. I'll talk to you guys before long.
See you, bud. Sure. Let's go Islanders.
Go Islanders. Look at you.
You know what? Go Islanders.
Thank you, Sil. That'll make my wife really happy. That'll make my wife very, very, very happy. Puck drop tomorrow is 7:10. That's right. It's a 7 o'clock game, not 8 o'clock game tomorrow night. So Habs are on at 7, so we may miss out. But maybe we'll get you third period, and we'll see what's going on.
No problem.
All right.
Anyways, I'll follow and I'll message anyways.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Have a good night, Sil.
Yeah, ciao.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hockey Now Net. That's the handle. Love some follows and whatnots, right, Andrew?
Hit that subscribe button and smash that like button and do that.
If you've been watching on the Facebook page, that's awesome. I appreciate it. The Twitch is a little bit better quality, and you'll get the stream about 10 to 12 seconds sooner than you will on Facebook or YouTube. But regardless, I appreciate you watching on whatever channel you're watching on. Tell a friend. Let's get everybody in the room, like as we go through the playoffs and our teams get eliminated and we watch for the love of hockey. Let's all watch together with Hockey Now Network. It sounded professional, Brian. Good job. All right, good. Now, cut it off while you're ahead. I'll do that. Good night.